Hello everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to round 6. Is it round? Yeah, round 6 at Deep Forest Raceway, a track I dearly love. Really enjoy this track. Welcome, Nathan. Hope you're enjoying your weekend, mate. I'm looking forward to this. Just need to actually remember the notes, because I always forget them. Race notes. Yeah, if I miss something, you guys can just let me know in the chat. It's all good. Yeah, I think so. At the moment. Oh, an Aryan spin. It's going to be entertaining to watch. It's always fun seeing the fast guys make mistakes. Makes us slower guys feel a lot better about ourselves. Alright, so grid time. Beginning of qualifying. Tyres, I don't expect tyre strategy to be pretty straightforward, at least at the start. Imagine a lot of guys on mediums. We will see. So starting P14 at the back of the grid is Kachka on the mediums, and apparently the BRZ, which I'm actually quite surprised, isn't too great at Deep Forest. But we will see if you can get any positions. Maybe just not crash. You should be fine. P13 we have Mr. James Hull in the Renault, probably the most underrated car in the game. And it's just such a good car. It's not as fast, but it can be shocking with how fast it can be on some tracks. So he starts P13 on the mediums as well. Dr. Russian P12 on the mediums. Once again in P11 we have Pekish, his first race in SSL, if I am not mistaken. In the 458, another cracking car on the mediums as well. Jarms starts P10 on the mediums. Lurden in the Lexus. Again on the mediums, MP8 on the mediums. Another new face, Kocher. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And I think this is his first race as well. I don't remember seeing his name. So he's also on the mediums. Lucas in P6 on the mediums, followed by his teammate Nathan in P5. Also on the mediums, P4 we have Anonyma in the Honda NSX on the mediums as well, followed again by his teammate in Strand on the mediums. And at the front row in P2 is Mefio in the Audis on the mediums as well. And on pole position is Arian, starting on the soft tyres, the only one to start on the softs. And it has worked really well in all of the other tiers. P1 starting on softs has won the race. Well, not P1 actually. But whoever started on soft has won. Because I think Bracy as well started on softs. Hello Mefio, hello Strand. Alright, Pickish and okay. So I am not imagining stuff, they are new. Get the right camera. Alright, let's get this race away. 42 laps at Deep Forest. It's lights out and away we go for round 6 at Deep Forest Raceway. Everyone keeping it nice and clean at the start. Will we see any early moves though into turn 1? Mafia already on the charge. trying to maybe surprise his teammate. These two have said before that they don't care about working together. They'll push each other as far as they can go. Top 6 all still in similar positions. Doesn't look like any overtakes happened further back. So Arian still leads the way on the soft tyre, followed by Matthew. But it is all quite tricky to get past through Sector 1. It was going to matter is at the exit of this 90-degree corner onto this very long back straight. Arian already creating a nice gap. See Matthew behind, but Matthew has got a blinding exit. And already the top 6 have created a great gap. See Kocher. Further back, I think that's Lerden and Pickish side by side as Lerden's got a penalty. And that is further in front as well. I see Strand going around the outside. Oh, Strand, Anonyma losing a position to Nathan. Go back. He's too busy looking at penalties. So Nathan in the slipstream. Will this be a textbook pull to the inside? He does go to the inside under braking. Just a very good exit. But if Anonyma can get a clean exit out of his hairpin, he can maybe regain this position going down into turn 1. Excuse me. Anonyma glued to Nathan's rear bumper in the slipstream. Can he regain? Nathan immediately goes defensive, trying to follow in the slipstream of Strand. Is Anonyma far enough alongside? He goes to the outside, under braking, just a bit too far back to make it work, and Nathan will keep P4 for now. Further back it looks all still pretty much the same. So not many overtakes at the start of this race. Arian has not run away like he wanted to, and Matthew is so close behind on the medium, so those softs not working as well as Arian would have wanted. And he really creates a nice gap as they go onto this back straight. And Anonyma so close to Nathan now in the slipstream. Nathan looks like he's a bit far behind to maybe fall out of the slipstream from Strand. So what will Anonyma do? Will he be forced to go to the outside, or will he send it? He chooses to stay behind. We'll try and maybe set up into turn 1. Strand also with a very good exit in the slipstream of Matthew, and is a lot closer behind than he was on the previous lap. Arian immediately going defensive, trying to break that slipstream. Matthew staying on the racing line. Strand, the top speed of the NSX, clearly not as powerful as the others, as Anonyma has a bit of a look. Doesn't make anything of it. Whichever top speed not proving to be the greatest with that Honda, but Strand has set the fastest lap of the race at 27.3. Arian already setting the fastest first sector, and now using the grip of those softs to run away. Over back, Lucas and Anonyma still stuck behind Nathan, can't get past for now. Anything else? Jarms already up to P8, Pickish up to P9, and dropping back all the way down to P14. With damage as well, I've just noticed that. What has happened to Lerden? What happened through Sector 1? Probably dropped down to last with the penalty. Does he just lose it? Just understeers into the barrier. And that is painful. It's a very long race. She's not too far behind, and the damage will go away. Kocher hasn't... Actually, something has happened to Kocher. Oh, as Jarms pulls to the inside of turn 1. Kocher goes a bit wide. Will Peckish follow him through. Oh, Kocher getting forced onto the grass. Peckish now goes side by side as they go through these SS section, and that is harsh. That is a very harsh penalty, being forced off the track and getting a penalty. Dr. Russian also following him through just by being out of line. It's very unfortunate for Kocher, what am I saying? So further in front. Anything else? Lucas is close to Anonymal. Not close enough to go for a move. The Forest isn't the easiest track to overtake, especially if the car isn't the greatest at top speed like the Hondas are showing. But you have to get creative with how you make your overtakes. Top 6 are running away though. It's created a lovely gap to M and P7. As James Holt is under pressure from Kocher as he dives to the inside, but a contact made. But that was a dive from and a half. Kocher just a bit too far back. Very late send, and did he maybe just back out a little bit, knowing that that was a very risky move. Kocher looking super aggressive. So they're just stuck behind James here. Kachka also in the background, ready to strike if there's an opportunity that presents itself. That GTR is looking hungry. Godzilla is hungry. With a good exit. Ooh, as James, it's a very snappy exit. So now on the back straight will go down to the hairpin. Is this Kocher's chance as he pulls to the inside, but James very quickly to shut the door. Kocher will have to go around the outside under braking. Maybe with a good exit. Can set it up through turn 1. As Kachka also, with that compromised exit from Kocher, now pulls to the inside. We'll have the slipstream of James. And this is not going the way Kocher planned at all. Top speed of a BRZ though might help him here. He will have the outside into turn 1. James immediately pulling to the defensive line to give Kachka the slipstream. Kocher gets a move done before they even reach turn 1. It goes a bit deep. Kachka might be able to get back, but it's just too far back as Kocher has a very big snap and spins and takes out Lurden as well. That is heartbreak for both of these Japanese cars, and Lurden just the unfortunate bystander. So Kocher goes a bit deep. What's their contact maybe? No, just onto the grass, loses the rear end, and through comes Lurden, having nowhere to go. Super unfortunate. This is not the way she wanted to start this race. Just nowhere for any one of them to go. That is very unfortunate, but now James will actually probably be a bit relieved that now he only has 1 car behind him and not 2. And Kachka is looking very aggressive. Can she find a way past? It will have to be a big send because she won't be able to do it on this back straight. Most likely won't. With the top speed of that BRZ, big snap on the exit as we go side by side on the back straight. Kachka will probably have to pull into the slipstream of James and does so. Just stick to the bumper. James immediately defending all the way to the inside, making sure that Kachka has 0 chance of getting past. She will go to the outside under braking. Kachka, yeah. Round the outside. Ooh, was that track limits maybe? I got a bit confused. My mind stopped working. But around the outside at the hairpin is a great overtake from Kachka. But James in the slipstream with the horrible top speed of the BRZ. Can he get that P11 back? He is gaining and gaining. Kachka will have to defend, but she doesn't. James pulls to the inside as they go into turn 1, under braking, maybe a tiny bit of contact made, and James reclaims P11 for now, and Kechka will probably be quite annoyed with her car choice. We'll go a bit further in front. M has got a hard second penalty and has been passed by Jarms. Go back, see. And that was a while ago, okay. Anonyma has also been overtaken by Lucas. Is this recent or also a while ago? It looks to be a while ago. But you know, I lie. It's into the hairpin. Lucas pulls to the inside, under braking. Just another textbook overtake. This is also where Jarms gets past M. A copy-paste move. Taking inspiration from Lucas side by side as they go now onto a main straight. Jarms will have to pull back into the slipstream. Is now forced to go around the outside. Pulls back into the slipstream for a second time. Will M defend? M goes to the middle of the track. Jarms pulls to the inside. Under braking, can he get this done? Textbook overtake from Jarms. It's a move he can be proud of. Right, where was I? I don't remember where I was. About here, I think. So Arian, pulling away, has set the fastest lap of this race at 26.9. And is starting to do exactly what he needs to do on that soft tyre. Softs only last about 13 laps on average, I'd say. The pit window, I imagine, would probably be anywhere between lap 11 and lap 15. If you're good at tyre saving, be around lap 14, lap 15. If you're horrible at tyre saving, it will be here around about lap 10 or 11. Strand also still very close to Mafia, not letting him run away in the Audi. As Nathan has got himself a half-second penalty, it has a bit of a gap to his teammate in P5. If you can just keep it clean through Sector 1 and Sector 2, he will be safe. As Nathan has got himself a half-second penalty, I just missed that. Where has he managed to done that? And now this changes all. This changes very much. Anonyma might be able to get past. Nathan being a washed champion. Falls down to P5, slotting in nicely in between Anonyma and Lucas. And Anonyma will maybe be a bit frustrated as the two Panda Forest boys, notorious for doing great teamwork, unlike these two Audis that we've seen just give back 2016 Mercedes vibes and will take each other out if they're not careful. These two are more like Red Bull in 2021. A lot more organized in their teamwork. But will we see that today, again today? Obviously it's never too late for them to change, but it is still early in this race. Actually, the Honda has a lot more fuel than most of the cars in front, or at least Anonyma's Honda does. strand is looking pretty similar. Anonyma has got maybe a lap's worth of fuel more than anyone in the top 5. And that could play into his hands. Obviously, the more fuel you save, the less time you have to spend in the pit lane. Further back, Pickish is glued to the rear bumper of Jarms. Will we see a move into turn 1 for P7? Pickish very early, pulling to the inside as they go onto the main straight, cross the start-finish line. Under braking, will Pickish get this done? Nice and tidy. Bit of sliding, giving nice space to each other. Pickish will have to do something to for VS's, but doesn't get it done. Jarms, great defense, being able to keep it around the outside. And with those two battling, M will be rubbing his hands together, knowing if Jarms does a lot of defending, M could gain 2 positions. But Jarms having a good exit though on this back straight. But Pickish has the slipstream. He will gain, and M has got a half-second penalty once again, probably through the exit and the entry onto the start-finish straight. And that will be very annoying for him. Pickish still glued to Jarms' rear bumper. It's take 2 into turn 1. Will Jarms defend this time? Or will he give Pickish the inside line? He was very happy to keep it around the outside. This time he defends though. Pickish will be forced to go around the outside. Can he do what Jarms did only a lap ago? Under braking, Jarms going for that very early narrow line and immediately shuts the door for Pickish to make any move, and Pickish will probably start to get a bit annoyed. Just trying to find a way past this brick wall of a Porsche. Just can't find anything to get past. Further in front, still Nathan in P5, Lucas in P4, Anonyma still stuck behind. Strand still close to Mafio, but haven't been able to make a move and take advantage of P2. Arian's tyres aren't looking too bad, about halfway with fuel, similar to everyone behind. Mafia just with a great exit through the hairpin has pulled away a lovely gap to Strand. Exactly what he needs to. Nathan very close to Lucas now. Will they go for the bump draft, or will they go for the overtake? Nathan decides that he has enough of his teammate's bumper, pulls to the inside into turn 1 under braking, and it is a very good overtake from Nathan to get past Lucas. Lucas probably knowing that no point in fighting so early. Let him overtake, set in his slipstream, maybe save a bit of fuel. But it does look like the field has sort of spread into a few packs. Kachka has got past James at one point, but I do believe that was quite a while ago. Further in front, Pickish still stuck behind Jarms. Just can't find a way past. Anonyma though very close to Lucas in front. Saw a bit of moving under braking, a bit of defending as Arian into the pit lane. Our first pit stopper of the race. Will he go to the mediums, or will he go for another set of softs? And where will he come out? Preferably he'll want to come out in this pack between Dr. Russian and Kachka. come out in a bit of free air. Where will it be? How much fuel is he putting in? Looks to be a full tank, so might go onto the mediums. Where we come out, he does come out in front of Kechka and in some nice clean air. That is exactly what he needed at the start of this medium stint. Pick is still stuck behind Jarms. Just can't find a way past. Nathan has actually broken away from his teammate behind. Lap time's clearly faster. Last lap alone he was half a second faster, which is quite a lot. Lucas just chilling in his slipstream. Maybe try and save a bit of fuel. Peckish again, so close to Jarms. He's very close though than he probably was for the last few laps. Can he get this done this time? Jarms defending all the way to the inside. Peckish will probably be forced to go to the outside, and is forced, and it will be another lap. Most likely another lap. But he is stuck behind this Porsche's rear bumper. Jarms has been very good through the 90-degree. I don't know, it's too short for a hairpin, too long for a 90-degree corner. He's been very good onto the back straight. Just Peckish can't find a way past. And who knows how much time that is costing him, although Jarms is doing some pretty good lap times. Just look, a comfortable gap to Peckish. But he is in the slipstream. Jarms does defend as we go into the hairpin. Peckish will be forced round the outside, and this is definitely the closest he's been. Can he get a good exit? It does look like he has great drive on the exit of the hairpin in that 458. Is this the chance? He's been looking for. Pulls to the outside, immediately decides he wants a little bit more of a sip of that slipstream. Side by side as we go across the start-finish line. Can he get this done round the outside? Under braking into turn 1, but Jarms just ahead at the apex. Just can't find a way past. And this must be infuriating for Peckish. Trying to find a way past, just can't do anything. And it's most likely another lap as he slides through the tunnel section, pushing so incredibly hard to get past and just can't find a way past. Strandon with a half-second penalty as well. Most likely got it at the start of the start-finish straight. Someone's in the pit lane. It is Lurden. And this looks to be a retirement. Very unfortunate for Lurden. Matthew still leads the way with Strand. Maybe about a second, maybe a bit more than a second behind, but has a half-second penalty that he will serve this lap. Nathan and Lucas still chilling in each other's slipstream. They've started to run away from Anonyma. Maybe just the tyre wear starting to come in. Tyres starting to lose the grip that they had. M with another half-second penalty, trying to collect all of them this race. Dr. Russian just on his own at the moment. Does look like he is catching these guys in front. This tyre wear, like I said, is starting to come into play here. Further in front, not much happening. Lucas, though, is very close to Nathan. Might be a bit too far back to go for a move into turn 1. You can just see lifting and coasting as they enter turn 1, saving fuel. Excellent teamwork from the Paranoparis boys as Pekic goes up the inside of Jarms, make contact. Jarms goes onto the grass. Pekic does get past, but that looked very touch and go. Pekic in the slipstream saw his opportunity to pull to the inside, revving that 458 to its absolute limits. Just these two already banging wheels on the main straight. Jarms super late on the brake. Pekic, though, on the curb, maybe, and on acceleration, drifts that car around turn 1, pushes Jarms onto the dirty part of the track, and finally gets past. Bit more of a desperate overtake from Pekic. And now what can he do with a bit of clean air? Can he run away from Jarms, or can Jarms re-overtake this position? He has shown he's very strong onto the back straight. And look how close he is, glued to the bumper, almost pushing Pekic as they enter the back straight in the slipstream now. Will he make a move into the hairpin, or will Pekic defend? Jarms is catching and catching. Will he send it? Might be a bit too far back. He does have a look. Decides to stay in the slipstream and try and send it back up the inside, maybe, of turn 1. Anonymous and Strand into the pit lane. Anonymous maybe with a bit of an undercut strategy. Jarms pulls into the pit lane as well. Almost no fuel left. Difference between fuel in Anonymous and Jarms is insane. So Anonymous maybe pitting a bit earlier, trying to get into clean air. We go for the undercut on Nathan and Lucas. Comes out of the pit lane just in front of Kocher. How far behind? That is insane that he saved so much fuel, as Kocher has a bit of a moment through whatever corner that's called, the first tunnel section, let's say. But yeah, just insane with how much fuel he has been able to save just in the slipstream of Nathan and Lucas. Speaking of Nathan and Lucas, it does look like Lucas has got past Nathan. So is this something that has happened last lap? It is. So while everyone comes into the pit lane, Lucas decides that he has now had enough and will go for the overtake. Very late move as he pulls to the inside into turn 1. Nathan brakes early, not trying to fight it too much, and a very nice overtake from Lucas right here. Well, Nathan is very close actually as they go onto the main straights. Really trying to re-overtake P2. Nathan confessing that he is letting him go, and a very big lift into turn 1, saying that he is saving fuel. M has caught right up to the back of Peckish, and the fuel difference between M and the 458 is insane as well. That 458 is so good on fuel compared to the the 296 is good on fuel compared to the 458. I blame the cold for screwing up my mind. So can M maybe go for a move, although Peckish has got a mighty, this is like entrance to the first, what am I saying? He has a very good run onto the back straight. I'll just leave it at that. My mind's clearly not working for them. So this might be Lucas's pit stop. Don't think that he has enough fuel for another lap, and he doesn't. He pulls into the pit lane with 3 liters left, and the teamwork has paid off for Nathan. Has got a whole extra lap of fuel. Peckish comes into the pit lane. M also joins them. Dr. Russian stays out for another lap. He has fuel to do so. Arian already up to P4. Where will he come out against Mafio? That is probably the main question. Mafio approaching the back straight, and Arian now through the S's. This could be close. Though Arian is catching a bit of traffic now with Dr. Russian. Is this a blessing in disguise though? Dr. Russian could give Arian a lovely tow. He will be into the pit lane this lap. So this is probably a blessing in disguise for Arian. Will he go for the bump draft? Just try and carry so much more speed in the undercut. Mafio into the pit lane. Nathan will follow him in. Dr. Russian would also most likely be into the pit lane this lap. Although Dr. Russian goes very deep, and was that maybe a bit of a bump between him and Arian, or was that Dr. Russian letting him go? Dr. Russian flashing his lights a bit, signaling it might have been a bit of a bump, and Dr. Russian stays out for another lap. The fuel on that Supra showing to be very good. Arian will come out in P1, but his teammate isn't that far behind. Will come out ahead of Strand. Matthew onto the softs. Everyone that started on the mediums should do softs till the end. And now Mafio will be painfully slow as he's stuck behind Dr. Russian, but he sends it to the inside as they enter the bridge, or the second bridge, and that is a nice move from Mafio. Super aggressive, but he gets the move done. Dr. Russian not fighting it too much. He knows there's no point. Strand also now coming up behind, but Dr. Russian might be a bit too far back for him to hold Strand up, and Strand will just benefit from the slipstream. Will be very happy, especially with the top speed of that NSX not being too great by the looks of it. And he will eat up every ounce of slipstream that he can get. Dr. Russian surely has to come into the pit lane, has 0 fuel left in his fuel tank, and that has benefited Strand super well, setting the fastest lap of the race. Only a lap ago. Strand is flying. And now Mafia with the softs is catching his teammate. Strand also in the distance, so is this maybe the time for teamwork? No point in battling incredibly hard if you have someone who is clearly a lot faster than your pace. Arian just going onto the grass, just pushing that Audi so hard. But Matthew is catching and catching. No teamwork. Oh, this will be interesting then. So Matthew actually sits the fastest middle sector of the race. So clearly benefiting from the slipstream of his teammate. And can he snap away the fastest lap from Strand? In the slipstream, Matthew will be smiling. Is this the fastest lap? As he gets this done across the line, it is by a little under 2/10, a 26.3. And now he's caught up right to the back of Arian. And this is where the drama can begin. Will Arian defend? Or will it be an easy overtake for Maffeo? The battle for the lead. Both of these drivers already done one pit stop. But Arian is on the slower tyre and is slightly more worn than his teammate. Mafia in the slipstream is very close to his teammate. Now, will Arian defend? As they go into the hip, and he does, going super defensive all the way to the left-hand side. Mafia forced to the outside, under braking. Can he get this done around the outside, or will Arian be able to keep this on the inside? Mafia does get it done around the outside, and that is a spectacular overtake from Mafia. The extra grip benefiting him. Going onto the dirtier line, and that is great overtaking from Mafia. But can Arian come back? Mafia super defensive, under braking. Arian too far behind to make it work. Goes very wide. Also, that could be a half-second penalty, and it is a half-second penalty. You have to keep your tyre at least on the curb, and this is probably the dirty air from Mafio. And Strand will be licking his lips, will be rubbing his hands like a little fly, because he knows this is his opportunity to snatch away P2 from Arian. How far away is Arian from Strand? Looks to be maybe about a second. It's going to be very close into the hairpin. Arian serves a penalty. Strand is catching and catching and catching and goes to the inside, under braking into the hairpin, and this is a textbook overtake from Strand as he gains P2. And now with the extra grip of that soft tyre, will try and run away from Arian. Strand, although very, very defensive, Arian will go to the racing line. Can you regain P2? No, Strand smashes the door into Arian's face, but Strand goes very deep, and Arian with the much more tighter line, just a bit too far back to regain P2. And Strand just needs to keep his head calm. Just focus on driving the car. He has the grip. The lap time will come. Just look how much of a gap he's made from Arian just through that Aces section. So any action further back, Anonyma has gotten past both of the Pando Forest boys. And is this on strategy? Was it an on-track overtake? It has happened a while ago. I'm not going to go that far back. But I think we were about lap 23. I do believe that the undercut for Anonyma has worked to perfection. Going earlier onto that soft compound. Doing a great job. And why do I feel like I'm still a lap? I don't remember what lap we were on. We'll see if Strand goes very deep into turn 1. I have to go another lap forward. And he does. Okay, I'm on the wrong lap. About here, there we go. There we go. So, Nathan and Lucas very close to each other. Maybe some bump drafting to get past Anonyma. On a lot fresher tyres. And they are so close to each other. And Anonyma will be staring into his rearview mirrors. Surely feeling the pressure from Lucas, as Lucas is glued to his rear bumper as they go onto the main straight. Anonyma goes super defensive to the inside. Lucas will be forced to go around the outside. Can he get this done? It has been done a few times in this race. Anonyma, though, with the tighter line, will keep P4 for now, but you almost sense this is going to be an overtake. That is when and not if. Oh, as Lucas goes very deep, Nathan maybe just lifted a little bit. Don't want to fight your teammate too hard, and Anonyma has created a bit of a breather as they approach the back straight. And those soft compounds aren't looking too great on an Anonyma's Honda, at least compared to the two Lambos. Nathan very close to Lucas, but might be doing some bump drafting. Nathan saying another 2 laps stuck behind Anonyma, but at least it gives me something to watch. Just scan through. Everyone kind of on their own at the moment. Big gaps. But it's very close between Lucas as Lucas goes up the inside into turn 1. Nathan also in the background, almost making it 3 wide. Anonyma will have the inside though for this S's section. Can Lucas get it done around the outside? He can't. There's a big snap for Lucas. How has he managed to save that? Incredible racecraft between Lucas and Anonyma. And Anonyma with excellent defense, being able to keep P4. But Lucas and Nathan are looking eager to get past. Tyre wear isn't looking too great for Anonyma, but he is making that a super wide Honda. As now once again onto the main straight as they approach turn 1. Lucas is a bit far back though, but he is gaining and gaining and gaining. Will he send it into turn 1? He does have a look as he's entered up the inside under braking. Can he get this done this time? Anonymous forced out wide, and Nathan gets 2 overtakes in one corner. Anonymous still ahead of Lucas, but that has played into Nathan's hands perfectly. I'm going to rewind that and watch that again, because that is absolute class. In the slipstream, playing it safe, braking very early, keeping it nice and tight when Lucas goes very deep, and just gets 2 overtakes in one corner. 2 birds with 1 stone. And that is executed to perfection. And now Nathan will just want to run away, and Lucas will be furious. His teammate has gotten past, and he is still stuck behind this incredibly wide Honda. Just can't find a way past, sliding through this 90-degree corner, and M is catching up. A few more laps of fighting like this, and M will be right onto the back of these two. As on the mini-map I can see a car spin around, and it's Arian. Arian has spun round, he has got rear damage, and this just goes from bad to worse for Arian. So Strand serves a penalty. Arian will regain P2. But what has happened? Just maybe a bit too eager on throttle, as a huge snap spins round. Heartbreak, utter heartbreak for Arian. Strand will be very happy that he now has some clean air and no pressure from behind. But that is super sad for Arian. Over back Lucas and Anonymous side by side. Lucas very far alongside on the inside into turn 1. Anonymous tries to do a switchback, but is a little bit too far back, and Lucas will be very happy that he can finally get past Anonymous. But Anonymous tires aren't looking too great. I imagine we'll be into the pit lane in a few laps. And now I think Nathan can smell a podium here. He knows. He can see Arian in the distance, and he knows that if he can get a few solid laps in, well, Arian is stuck on that medium tire for who knows how many more laps. Nathan will be pushing and doing his absolute all to catch up to Arian. While all of this is happening, Matthew is probably the one with the biggest smile. Still in P1 and has a comfortable gap to Strand in P2. A bit sketchy through the SS section. So anything else happening? Doesn't look like it. It is all in this sort of mid-pack, mid-top 10. Strand's tires are almost gone, and so is his fuel. So surely we'll come into pit lane this lap. Anyone else that will box this lap? Anonymous might. He is in the slipstream, but Lucas is starting to run away from him. So the Strand does come into the pit lane. a very good time. Maybe want to come out in some nice clean air. Anonymous does come into the pit lane as well, following his teammate in. And now Nathan and Lucas might start to worry because the undercut has worked very well for Anonymous earlier this race. Can he do it again? Strand comes out of the pit lane in P8. Jarms has gone for another set of mediums. How have I just noticed that? Clearly not confident in his ability to make another set of softs work. But how have I not noticed that? I'm too busy watching all of this excellent fighting. That's why. So Peckish should come into pit lane this lap as well, alongside M. Lucas might as well. Can maybe do another lap. So will Nathan. Arian with a big snap on the exit of the hairpin and is surely into pit lane, though fuel will not go out for another lap. Nathan does stay out for another lap. Lucas into pit lane. M surely into pit lane. Peckish would also surely come into pit lane. Jarms might stay out. Strand is in the slipstream, should comfortably come out ahead of Arian. So Arian will go onto the softs till the end of this race. Strand comes out not too far ahead of Arian, so Arian has a lot less fuel and a few more laps, fresher tyres. P2 is still possible for Arian, but he is going to have to put in a few qualifying laps to achieve it. Anyone else into pit lane? Nathan surely has to come into pit lane this time round. Dr. Russian might also come into pit lane. Don't think it'll be this lap. Although Anonymous very close to Lucas behind or in front. So the undercut has worked well. And he has caught up a lot more to Lucas than he was on the previous few laps. And suddenly, a few laps ago, it was Anonymous defending from Lucas, and now it's Lucas defending from Anonymous. This could be very interesting if Anonymous can stay with him. And where will Nathan come out? Imagine a few car links in front. Matthew comes out in P1, a comfortable margin ahead of Strand in P2. Arian in P3. Where is Nathan gonna come out compared to Lucas and Anonymous? It's gonna be very tight. But he does keep P4. And by a comfortable margin. So it was in fact not very tight. Yeah, it's very sad for Estrid. Has had a deck sort of season in that Lexus. Good pace, unfortunate results. So the battle for P5 still continues. Anonymous on the charge. But this might be a bit more difficult as that Honda doesn't look too good in a straight line. But it always helps to be the one attacking. Have so much more focus. And in most cases, you do go faster when you're hunting down a car in front. Anything else further back? Dr. Russian has pit for a brand new set of softs. It is a comfortable margin ahead of Kocher. Kachka going very slowly. What has happened to Kachka? I'm very confused on why Kachka was going so slowly. Should have more than enough fuel. James has caught up a huge amount, and is this Kachka maybe just getting a bit bored and wants to race someone? She's miles behind Kocher in P11. Clearly wanting some action. Matthew is setting another fastest lap of the race, although only by half a tenth. Just shows how much he is pushing. Strand has a nice gap to Ariane in P2, so pressure won't be too high. Anonymous still hunting down Lucas. This is, without a doubt, the closest fight on track. What am I just falling a bit further back through that middle sector? Still in the slipstream. Nathan has got himself a half-second penalty. Again, most likely at the entrance of the back straight. We'll serve that next lap. Everyone quite spread out at the moment. Matthew leading by a comfortable margin. Strand MP2. If Strand cannot bin it into Barrier, this will be a great result for the Norwegian. Ariane MP3 should have been P2 at least. He would be kicking himself for that mistake. He has a bit of a gap to Nathan behind. He has to serve his half-second penalty. And then there's these two who have just been at it hammer and tongs for the entire race. They have not left each other alone for 1 second, filling up each other's mirrors. And it's been a great watch, great sportsmanship between these two as well, creating some great clean battles. Nathan serves his half second, but he is miles ahead of Lucas. Arian isn't too far in front. Nathan will be praying for another Arian masterclass and doing exactly what he did a few laps ago. Another Spinala. But with the grip of that soft tyre and the pace that Arian is doing, don't think Nathan will catch him on pure pace alone. What am I about? A tenth faster than Lucas on the previous lap. Lucas might be in slipstream range from his teammate. It will be very close, so sad you can't see the gaps on race replays. Might be a little bit too far back. A lot of us still hunting down Lucas though. Let's go further back. Just again running through. James is very close to Kachka. But actually might be able to get a move done this lap in the slipstream. Kachka immediately moving to break that slipstream. Can James maybe get an overtake done for P12 in the slipstream? He's gaining and gaining and gaining. Just lifts. Need to save a bit of fuel. Big snap on acceleration there for James. And Kachka has created a nice gap this lap, so she will be safe for the time being. Lucas starting to run away maybe from Anonymous this lap. Lap times are still very similar. But I think that might be Anonymous tyres starting to lose their grip, starting to lose their performance. Almost halfway. Of 5 more laps to go of this very entertaining race. Let's have a look at the lap times as they come across the 9. Anonymous about one tenth slower than Nathan. Well, not Nathan, sorry, Lucas on the last lap. So these two are very similar in pace. Anonymous needs to try and maybe force Lucas into a mistake. Try and see, just like that. Lucas going very wide on the exit of the S's section. Anonymous is very close behind with a good exit here. He might be able to set up a move into turn 1 if he's not close enough for the hairpin. In the slipstream, he is closer than he was on the previous few laps. Slipstream and gaining. If he does make an overtake, it will be into turn 1, and he needs a good exit. Looks about similar. It just looks like Lucas might have actually just gotten a better exit and has created a massive gap. Once again, lap times almost identical. Rigged so late into turn 1, using all of the track limits at turn 1. Just have a look here. Arian setting some nice consistent lap times, about a tenth faster than Nathan. Big slide for Pickage as he exits this exit section and gets himself a half-second penalty. It's actually so rare to see half seconds handed out through that entrance of the first tunnel. Should be far enough ahead of Jams for him to make any sort of attack. But lap times wise, Jarms is catching. He is a lot faster than Peckish. And can we maybe see an overtake? There's 3 laps to go. So if he wants to make an overtake, he's going to have to need some incredible lap times. And maybe needs Peckish to make a mistake. But Ferrari has seemed a bit choppy on acceleration. So if he can maybe start to fill up Peckish's mirrors, force him into sliding that Ferrari round, he might be able to get a move done. Anonima still stuck behind Lucas, but both softs are well past their best. He wouldn't mind Lucas making a mistake, but Lucas has been super calm and collected this whole season, hardly making a mistake. Anonima has caught up a huge amount there. Brakes so late into turn 1. That Honda clearly being very good on its brakes. But Lucas, just the extra grip he has from his slightly less worn softs, he can just pull away that gap again. Jarms very close to Peckish. He is catching. Not half a second faster on the last lap. That Porsche is going to have a very good exit here. Ooh, big snap as he applies the throttle, flashing his lights, trying to distract Peckish. We might have a last lap showdown between these two for P8. Jarms' tyres looking a lot better than Peckish's. Peckish goes very deep through the hairpin. Jarms is right behind him now in the slipstream. He might have a go into turn 1. These two, another two that have had some good battles this race. Peckish defends to the inside. Jarms will be forced to go around the outside, but he cuts back to the inside. Can he get it braked? Bit of contact made, and he lifts off. Great sportsmanship. That was a super aggressive move from Jarms and has caught Peckish out by surprise. But great sportsmanship, just lifting a bit. Knows that he was a tad bit too aggressive. Just quick to go forward. This man has been dominant for most parts of this race. Ever since he's got past Arian, has just looked super calm and consistent. Maffeo comes across the line to win round 6 of season 5 by a comfortable margin. Strand will come home in P2. A great result for Strand. Arian will be P3, will be disappointed by that result. Nathan will be happy with P4. Lucas will get P5, but Anonima very close behind, and will get P7, and it is very close between these two. Jarms in the slipstream. Will it be P8? Will it be P9? As he goes to the outside, it will be a photo finish. Who's across the line first? It is Peckish by the smallest of margins as he gets P8, Jarms P9. Dr. Russian comes home in P10. Coacher will come home in P11. James will be P12. He has gotten past Kachko. Kachko just having a very unfortunate race so far. So James comes across the line to claim P12. Will be happy not to be last. And Kachko comes home in P13. And Lurden, heartbreak, retired on lap 12. But it is Mafio's day. A great race. If you guys enjoyed, let me just quickly get the championship standings, as I imagine it might be quite close, especially since Ahmed hasn't raced for 2 races and Mafio has been on a great charge. So Mafio leads the way in the constructors on 176 points. 26 points behind him is Ahmed on 150, and only 5 points behind is Arian. Nathan is in P4, only 2 points behind Arian, so very close for the battle, in that battle for P2. P5 goes to M on 111 points. Who else is very close? It is Strand and Tom, only separated by 3 points. As they battle it out for P7. Who else is Kachko and Dr. Russian? Only 1 point separate those two. Loden and Anonyma on 52 points each, and only 2 points behind them is Jarms. So very close in the midfield as well in the championships. Constructors wise, it is Slipstream Motorsport, the Audis, on 321 points. In P2 it is Pando Porus on 249 points, and P3 goes to Bosnia Racing on 217 points. So if Audi can get a good result next week at Spa, they could seal out the Constructors' Championship. But it is going to be very close, and it is very close in the main championship as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this race. Best of luck for next week. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and I hope you guys have a nice rest of your evening. I will see you guys next time. Cheers everyone, bye bye.